welcome to the King of Podcasts. Only one can enter, only one will leave. No, that's wrong as well.
If only one entered, I'm pretty sure one leaving would be fairly standard.
Welcome to Thunderdome. Only one enters and only one leaves.
He just walks around a bit. It's fine.
Winner takes no one. As you can tell, you have just crept and tripped and fallen into yet another resplendent episode of Stace Barry in the Morning. This is season 4, episode 19. I'm one of your hosts. I am Barry Anthony Bartholomew, testosterone Nugent. Some of that is a lie.
The Bartholomew part.
Yes.
Yeah.
And joining me on the virtual couch is my lovely co-host, Stace. Say hi, Stace.
Hi, everyone. It's me, Stace. Barry.
Yes.
I'm really, really excited about something, and I wanna blather it at you, right? But I've got to warn you, it's related yet again.
Is what you're excited about? Me getting a new turtleneck so I can cosplay as Old Man Nick Fury because the Secret Invasion trailer dropped this week.
It wasn't that night. Well, I was excited about that. I think I got overexcited on your Facebook post of it, to be fair. I posted that and then I thought there's going to be so many people who don't know our relationship who's going to be like, who's this creep? But I was excited about that, but that's not the thing I was going to blather about. Oh God, Barry, I'm so excited I can't even form sentences.
Blather away, woman.
Right. The 13th and 14th of May, right? Yes. Wales Comic Con that's actually in Telford for some reason, right? All 4 of the original Ninja Turtles voices are going to be there. Guess who got herself a little ticket? And guess who's a little bit excited? Guess who's scared she's going to do a sick on some famous men? I've told a lot of my friends that if I don't throw up that day, I'll consider it a success. So anything else that happens...
Wow.
Like, oh God, no, I'm so excited. I can't. Rich is very clearly sick of me even thinking about it.
Is he going with you?
No, he's not. I offered to buy him a ticket and he was like, I can't with that. He doesn't like conventions anyway, so he doesn't really like people, especially people in vast quantities shoved in small places.
Yeah.
Which is totally fair. But he was like, no, you will be insufferable that day and I can't. Which is it's absolutely fair because he is right. I'm going to be dreadful. But my lovely friend Kieran Round, shout out to Key, offered to drive me there if he could come with. So I was like, absolutely yes, I'll get you a little ticket. We'll go in. I'll throw up on some turtle men, and it'll be a great day.
Apart from the turtle men who you throw up on.
Yeah, they're not going to be too happy about it, I don't think. There's that awkward thing, though, right, of the fact that I've met one of them before, Townsend Coleman, and I've spoken to 2 of them before on the... In fact, you've spoken to Townsend Coleman because he was on one of the live Stacey's Pop Culture Parlour charity shows, what we did.
It's still all a blur to me.
Mate, tell me about it. I'd sort of forgotten that we'd talked to him until I opened up Skype a few weeks ago and was trying to find a conversation with somebody so I could start talking to them again, and just spotted his name in there and I was like, oh shit, yeah, that was good, wasn't it? But now I'm going to do that awkward thing where I'm going to be like, should I assume that they remember me or not? Is that egotistical to assume that they would remember me? Like, so now I'm just going to get really sweaty, I think, and maybe have a cry.
You should walk up to him, shake his hand warmly and go, hello, I'm Stacey. You may remember me from such podcasts as... and he just
that live one you did where we were a fucking disaster and none of the microphones worked. I bet that.
Remember that one? Yeah, to be fair, that probably has stuck in his mind.
Do you know what? It wouldn't surprise me if it had, because it was... That live show was like simultaneously like brilliant and the worst, wasn't it? It was like everybody's great, everyone's bringing their A game, but also technology fucking sucks, man. and it's giving me the anxiety shits while I'm trying to do a 24-hour show. What's that for? What is that for? Anyway, that's enough of me rambling. I just had to share that excitement with you because I genuinely have not been this excited for anything for quite a long time.
No, well, since the last episode and the Turtles trailer.
I'm more excited than that.
Oh, wow, blimey.
But because these are my turtles, and I've just started rewatching the 80s show, and it is I'd forgotten how funny it was. It's really funny. So, like, I'm going to be extra, like, oh, no.
But the real question about the convention that I want answered, and I'm guessing you're the gal to tell me,
go on,
is will Vanilla Ice be there singing Go Ninja, Go Ninja, Go?
Sadly, I don't think so. Sean Astin's going to be there, but I think he's too much of a celebrity, and I'm too scared to talk to him. I'm like, you were in the Goonies, and I fancied you when I was like 5. I can't do this.
I can't do this. I certainly can't do you. Good day, sir.
Oh, good day to you, sir. Off I go, crying out of the convention. But anyway, yeah, so that'll be me that weekend, just having a complete meltdown. I've booked the Monday off work, even though I'm only going to the Sunday of the con, because I know I'll be such an anxiety state that I'll probably crash the next day and be an absolute zombie.
No, fair enough. Well, on that front, before we go to our first segment, if anyone out there wants to take me to Cannes in May, Cannes Film Festival, that would be lovely. Just putting it out there because they're taking Indiana Jones 5 there.
Oh.
Cannes, that's where it's going to get its premiere or whatnot, or it's going to be shown off anyway at the Cannes Film Festival. So, yeah, if anyone's out there, got a spare ticket, wants to take me, all expenses paid, that'd be lovely.
Look, he just threw that in there. If he wants to take you, you've got to take me. You've got to pay for it all.
Yeah, if I'm going in style. I want fur coat and stuff and a hat. No, that's a pimp.
It's going to be so hot.
Yeah, no, I'm rolling. Like what?
Sweat to death.
I want to roll into the Indiana Jones premiere wearing a trilby hat with a feather and a big fur coat.
I have a feeling.
It. And cowboy boots.
I have a feeling that would be a bad idea.
Do you?
I think, yeah.
I don't.
I don't want to put a dampener on, you doing you, B, but I just don't.
I would strut in there and Harrison Ford would be, hey, B, there's a seat over here. Cheers, Indy. No, just, yeah. Yeah. Maybe we should maybe we should just do a segment and pretend the last 20 seconds didn't happen. Yes, please.
Yeah, sure. Well, you've got the power of editing, so that last 20 seconds can happen
I'll listen back and I'll hear that podcast and editing voice go, no, just go, leave it in, man.
See, I don't have a podcasting editing voice. What I have is extreme laziness, and I don't want to do it. So I just leave things in because I can't be asked to cut them.
That too.
Yeah, let's have some trumpets.
Do it.
Hello. Should we do a pick of the fortnight?
Go on then.
Go on then. Do you want to go first?
Yeah, I can do.
Cool.
My.
Why are you so indecisive?
It's because I've
every time.
I know, but it's because I found over the last couple of months, pick of the fortnight has got progressively harder because it feels more like picks of the fortnight. But I'm going to do
too much good shit.
Yeah, there's a lot of good shit at the moment. But I'm going to pick an animated show because it's only just started, or I've only just started watching it.
Okay.
And I think it's probably slipped past a lot of people. So have you heard of a show called Agent Elvis?
I have not.
Yes. So this is on Netflix. It's in the style of... You watched Archer, didn't you?
I did,
Yeah. So it's that thing of, I would say, if you like Archer, I would definitely say check it out. So the best way to phrase this is, what if Elvis Presley was a secret agent? Also,
of course.
What if Elvis Presley was a secret agent and he had a sidekick who was a ex-NASA chimp who carries a revolver and is quite violent?
Okay.
And drinks a lot and does drugs. I'm just trying to find. I'm trying to find the name of the chimp. Scatter is the name of the chimp.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Also, do you know who? I'm going to say his name wrong. Jason Mantzoukas?
Jason Mantzoukas. Yes, I absolutely love him.
He does the voice of Howard Hughes.
Oh, mate. Oh, I love he's got such a wonderful voice.
And the minute he kind of came on and they did some gag with with radioactive piss in a jar. You got to be there. The minute he
I don't
did
think I
that
want
gag,
to.
I was kind of like, that's the guy from 9-9. I'm sure I knew who he was straight away. He always gets the same characters. And I was like, it's that guy. Yeah, so I've seen 2 episodes so far, and I'm really enjoying it. It's just fun. Yeah, doesn't take itself very seriously. The animation is pretty good in it as well, actually. And for me, humor-wise, it's just scratching that Archer itch.
Mm.
So yeah, and Don Cheadle's in it as well. He does the voice of the sort of chief of the spy organization.
To be honest, you sold me as soon as you said Jason Mantzoukas was in it. So
I should have started with that.
should have led with that. Yeah, I'll definitely give that a whirl.
Oh, and Matthew McConaughey does the voice of Elvis. Right?
Okay.
And his mate Bobby Ray, the voice is done by Johnny Knoxville.
All right. What a weird cast. Yeah. Okay. I sort of love it though. Yeah, I'll definitely give that a whirl then, because A, it's got the B seal of approval, and B, Jason Mantzoukas. So, yeah. Nice. My pick of the fortnight is another Apple TV thingamajig.
Ooh.
I know. So they just dropped a TV show called, the first 3 episodes of a TV show called The Big Door Prize. Hast thou heard of this, mine brethren? I don't know what's happening to
we'll talk about,
just gloss over it.
We'll talk about your grammar after the show is done. 2, a part of me feels like I have, but tell me more and then I'll be able to go, oh, yeah.
Well, you might have heard the title before because the show is based on a book. It's been developed by David West Reed, who is someone who was quite heavily involved in Schitt's Creek, I believe, which I've never seen, but lots of people say is really good.
Yeah, I'm one of those people who says it's really good.
So, okay. So this is a comedy show with Chris O'Dowd, who people might remember from the IT Crowd.
Yeah.
And other things. He's a famous man. You don't need me to point out what Chris O'Dowd's doing. And the sort of basic premise of it is that there's this like little sort of township called Deerfield, and sort of out of the blue, nobody really knows where it comes from. This machine appears in one of the local shops, and for just $2 and your fingerprints and your social security number, it will tell you your life's potential. So the potential could be very specific, like it could say teacher or doctor or meteorologist, or it could be a little bit more vague, like it might say hero or liar or something of the sort. And the show is set up so that each episode sort of follows one person having got their potential and sort of trying to like work through that.
Right.
But it's like sort of overarchingly following Chris O'Dowd's character and his sort of experience with this machine. And it's such a good show. Like, the premise of it feels like it could get quite heavy,
right,
or sad, but they managed to keep it funny enough and light enough that it doesn't feel like it's kind of like Shrinking in that it deals with some heavy bits, but largely it's just quite fun and relatable. Chris O'Dowd is great. I've sort of forgotten how good he is because for fairly obvious reasons, I haven't watched the IT Crowd for quite a long time. And I'd forgotten sort of how great his comedic timing is.
Yeah,
he's such a like relatable sort of lead man to follow. And there's like some really interesting plots around these like life potentials and sort of, how folks deal with the like, is there such a thing as like knowing too much about your future or about other people's futures, and like, will that breed unhappiness in you, or does it give you like things to work towards and stuff? It's a really interesting concept, and so far it's been really well executed, I think.
So is he the only like known star in it?
Well, so he's the only one I know, but I am almost certain that if other people watched it, they'd be like, Stace, there's a ton of famous people.
Like Harrison Ford's in this. How did she not know?
I don't think Harrison Ford's in this. He hasn't cropped up yet if he's going to be. But it's just, I just think it's just like a really interesting concept, but it's not, because it's the kind of concept that I think could potentially go down the very pretentious sort of dark and grim look at humanity type thing. But actually it's like really kind of normal.
Yeah.
It feels like how I would react to these sorts of things, or how people I know might react to these sorts of things. And it's just, I just think it's been really good so far. I've seen 4 episodes. They released the first 3 at once, and then a new one actually came out today, and I watched it before we started recording. And I think it's great, and I'd highly recommend.
Okay, so it's on a similar, because I'm looking for something a bit like Shrinking, because that's obviously finished now, and I'm gutted.
Yeah, me too.
So is it on a similar vibe to that?
I think so. Yeah, it's like sort of touching on heavy / deep, but mostly keeping it light and fun.
Cool.
Yeah.
Awesome.
And a little bit of sci-fi just for a laugh.
Can always have a bit of sci-fi for a laugh. Oh, great. No, I'll give that a definite look-see.
Excellent. Nice. Let's break out some more trumpets.
Do it.
I don't know why there was a horse at the end.
Just walked in. Well, I've got a couple of lines. I'll give it a go.
Oh, Barry, what music you been putting in your ears, Bab?
Right. So I don't think I actually picked this as a pick of the fortnight, and I kind of should because it was really good. This was from a film that I watched randomly with Sue. We just stuck it on just to see what it was like, and actually really good, called Fall.
Okay.
And the film, it was touted as a survival thriller where basically 2 girls, they scale. It's hard to explain. It's in America they have these like really old, sort of towers, like almost like communication tower things. And they scale one of these towers and they get stuck up there.
Oh, that sounds like a bad
about
time.
2,000 feet up. And it's actually really good. If you're into that kind of like survival sort of thriller type stuff, it's actually really good. And the thing that kind of got me was that I kept sitting there thinking, this music is cracking. It's like really good music. And the track that I've picked is called Survival of the Fittest. Oh, the soundtrack is done by Tim Despic. I don't know what else he's done. But the track I've picked is called Survival of the Fittest, and it kind of uses a lot of the main sort of theme and a few other bits and bobs. And yeah, it's an epic theme. I mean, it should really be a proper training scene if you're going to do if kids, you want to do your own training montage at home, this is a great piece of music for that.
Nice.
And the whole album's actually really good.
Sort of semi-adjacent to you talking about that film, I watched 127 Hours for the first time the other day, and I can categorically say, don't do it.
Yeah, I'm not watching. Isn't that the one? Is that the one where he cuts his arm off or something?
Chows off his own arm. Oh, yes.
Yeah, no, I'm not. That's not my idea of a fun survival film. No.
Well, like the film itself is really good up until that part, but then I literally had to go under a blanket because our stupid fucking telly is so big that I couldn't even like look elsewhere without seeing a bit of the screen. So I was just like, just delved under a blanket and started fiddling on Twitter because. Yeah. Anyway, that's not my musical musing because the music in that film is okay. I should have checked our spreadsheet because I can't remember if I've picked this before. And if I have, I'm really sorry. But I was listening to my Tippity Top movie scores playlist today while I was working because I was trying to concentrate on the finances, the end of month / end of year finances. And they were so boring, it was making my eye twitch. So I was like, I've got to make this exciting somehow. So I put on my playlist of scores. And this piece of music from the movie Gladiator came on. And it's called The Battle, and it's a 10-minute, just fucking epic piece of good heavens. I haven't seen the movie The Gladiator, like, since it came out, I don't think. And I remember really enjoying it at the time. I don't know why I haven't gone back to it, but...
Sorry, you finish.
Well, Well, I was just going to say, so I can't really remember where this bit of music comes in, but I've got a feeling it's actually relatively close to the start, during a bit where you get to see Russell Crowe being very soldiery before he gets nabbed and becomes a gladiator.
Yes.
I think.
It is. No, it's the battle against the Germanic hordes. It's the battle right at the beginning, which introduces him, where he sort of says, stay with me. He said, if you find yourself in green fields with the sun on your face, do not be troubled, for you are in Elysium and you are already dead. And he says things like, what we do in life echoes in eternity. As you can tell, I quite like Gladiator.
I think, I get the feeling that you quite like Gladiator. I assume I've picked quite a good choice from...
Yeah, I love. Yeah, it's a cool bit of music.
This piece in particular is great because there's like different sort of phases to it, where there's bits where it's very sort of like bombastic. We're having a battle. Watch out for your eyes, lads. And then there's some like sort of almost like eerie, kind of sort of quiet, sneaky sort of, oh shit, dog, I don't want anyone to find me. I'm gonna die. Bits leading up to like the end, which is kind of depressing because a lot of people are dead. But oh god, like I was obsessed with the soundtrack to this movie when it came out. I used to borrow CDs from the library, and eventually they just gave me that. When I went to take it back, they were like, just have it. You take it out like every fucking week, just keep it, we don't care. No one else has asked for it, have they? So I just kept it, because I used to have a little Discman I'd take around with me, listen to my CDs. So I can like fully like hum along to this song without missing a beat, because it's just wedged into my brain. And if I haven't picked it before, I can't quite believe it's taken 4 seasons for me to get to it.
But also as well, I think
it's by Hans Zimmer, by the way, for anyone who doesn't know.
I went to see Hans Zimmer in concert once, and they did
phenomenal.
Is it We Are Free, which is I think the last track.
Yes. Oh my god, that one makes me cry.
He did that, and then I'm not sure.
Did Lisa Gerrard come out and sing it?
I think it was her. It was someone came out. So I'm pretty sure it was her. And it was epic. But what I was going to say is, I remember one of the things I remember about Gladiator. One, the music was phenomenal, but I remember it having one of the best. Before the film came, it had one of the best trailers I'd seen, because they used normally when trailers use music from other films, it just doesn't work as well, and you're like, oh, why have they used that music and blah blah blah. But they used music from Conan, the opening theme from Conan, which I think is called Anvil of Crom. I don't know.
I think you've picked that
which
before.
I picked before, yeah. But they used that music on the Gladiator, and it's quite a difficult trailer to find on YouTube. They always show the other trailer, but that trailer was wicked, and it had that music playing over it. And I was like, I remember I was in the cinema and it came on. I was like, I have to see this film. I have to see this film. This looks epic. But yeah, good pick, Stace.
Thanks, man. I thought it was. It certainly improved my month-end finance report.
Did you ride it into work on the chariot?
No, I didn't, because I'm on my period and feeling sorry for myself. So I was like, just bathed in layers and blankets and just wedged into my office chair.
Not really the answer I was hoping for, but
I mean, yes, I strapped it to my trusty steed and we galloped through the fields of valour. And shall I stop? I'm sorry, I tried. I'm really tired.
Me too.
Have we got time for another little segmento, or do you want me to shut the fuck up for a bit?
Let's quickly do, because we're at 30 minutes, aren't we? Blimey. Time does fly.
Right, here's some trumpets. Trumpets. Go on, you were doing this one.
So here's a feature we haven't done for ages. Yonks. Saturday morning gaming, people. Saturday morning gaming. So I suddenly thought the other day, I haven't played a game in a while. And so I powered up the old Xbox, went on to the Xbox store. And there was a game that I was interested in, which was called Marvel Midnight Suns. You heard of it?
I haven't actually.
So this is I was going to say this is a Marvel game, obviously, but it's a turn-based game. So it's a bit like. Have you heard of a game called XCOM? Okay. No. For those who've heard of XCOM, it's a bit like XCOM, which means nothing to Stace. But if I said this turn-based, that would, you know what that means, so don't you? Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not a complete dummy.
Jury's out. But
well,
I know.
I mean, you're not wrong.
So basically, it's a tactical role-playing game, and in it you've got the likes of Blade, Doctor Strange, Iron Man. I've just got to a bit where Spider-Man's come in, and I've only been playing it for a couple of hours. Apparently, they're saying the base game includes 13 different heroes, and what you have is your hero is called the Hunter, and you customize that person as you see fit. So they can be a man or a woman, black, white, whatever. And it's what I've played of it so far. I've only been playing for a couple of hours, but it's great. Even though I don't think it's had really good reviews. I don't think it's done well, sort of sales wise. But I've been really enjoying it because it's just easy to get into. Because when I first read reviews in it, it basically uses a card system. So what it does is at the start of each, so you've got your characters and you've got the enemy, and at the start of your turn, you can kind of move a character. That's a turn. Or you can use one of these free cards, and some of those are skill cards, some of them are power cards. If you do a power card, well, basically every card you play, they'll do some sort of fancy animation. So if it's Doctor Strange, you see him do proper Doctor Strange shit with conjuring spells and all that malarkey. And it's great. And but in between missions, you go to this place called the Abbey, and you can kind of talk to the people, and you get a bit of a role playing aspect then, because you're supposed to be talkative to kind of improve your team stats.
Okay.
But yeah, I'm really enjoying it. And the main reason I didn't buy it to begin with is because it was at a whopping £70, and I'm like, no,
hell.
I'm not paying that kind of. Them days are gone. I'm not paying that sort of money, especially for a digital game. I'm not even getting anything physical to hold. I've got to pay £70 for that. You're having a Scooby. I don't know why I went.
I love the fact that so many people would be like, what the fuck even was that sentence?
And to be fair, Dave always gets annoyed because I say having a Scooby, it's me trying to create Cockney rhyming slang which doesn't exist.
I was going to say, but what does that rhyme?
Because normally you say you're having a giraffe, and you giraffe laugh. Whereas having a Scooby...
Well, not if you're me, you say have a giraffe.
Whereas having a Scooby is just my way of saying having a laugh. It's something I'm taking for a walk to see if it works out.
Taking for a walk? You just workshopping it, are you?
Yeah, having a Scooby. I thought it worked. The intention was there.
I liked it, but in my head, a Scooby means knowing something. So you say, I didn't have a Scooby. It means you didn't know anything about it. But I don't know why why that's the rule. But is there a ghost in your house or something?
It's my chair.
Because I just keep hearing, I could just hear ominous creaking, and I was like, oh no, is Barry going to get murdered on air?
I've actually Scooby-Doo people right here. Yes, so in short, I've been really enjoying it. It's good fun, and I got it for £35 because it was half price, which was much more affordable.
Yeah, I was thinking about saying, maybe I'll give it a whirl, but I have become terrible at games in that the instant I get to a bit where I can't really do it straight away, I'll just give up on it forever. So now I've just stopped buying them because I'm like, you are wasting money when you're just gonna give up on them halfway through.
I play a lot of games now on easy because what I find for me,
you want to have fun.
Yeah, when I want to have fun, but also as well, a lot of the games I'm buying, I love to play games. I love to shoot bad guys in the face and the rest of it, Uncharted. But also with a game like, for example, Uncharted, I love the scope of it and I love the storytelling as well. So my thing is, if I can shoot bad guys and get the storytelling and the scope without too much effort, that'd be lovely, thanks. And with games like Uncharted as well, a lot of it is puzzle based, so you can't really dumb down the puzzles, unfortunately. So I'm kind of like, yeah, it's fine. It doesn't bother me anymore. I think the younger version of me would hate that. It's like, no, you got to play it on hard and unlock super hard when you complete it. Whereas the sort of 50 plus year old me is more kind of like, yeah, easy's fine, man. Just chill.
Yeah, just play whatever you want to play.
Just play whatever you want to play.
Like,
chill, man.
the last game I actually played through to completion was a game called Unpacking, where you just unpack into different houses. You have to find a space for everything that you own, and it was very therapeutic, and I enjoyed it. But if it makes you feel like I'm less of a loser, the last game I played to completion before that was Shredder's Revenge. So I do play actual games that aren't just like
I mean,
sort your anxiety out through the medium of unpacking a box.
It sounds fun.
Does it? I mean, I enjoyed it. It made me feel slightly happier that day. So,
and if I ever need any unpacking done.
Well, see, this is the thing, though, because somebody was saying to me, hold on, why are you toiling for fun? And I was like, but this is the thing, you see, because for somebody who enjoys finding places for things, this game is great, because it's like the joy of finding a space for something with none of the physical labour of actually, or stress of actually finding and moving into a new game.
That's a good point. Okay, that is a good point.
Yeah. It's just a nice, calm, sorting game. And I liked it.
Good for you.
Anyway, I'll shut up now. Shut up, Stace. Just shut up. That was another episode of Stace and Barry in the can, I think. Unless you've got something else to say. I heard an intake of breath.
I've got nothing else to say. I'm done and dusted, people.
Dunzo, baby. Well, if you'd like to get in touch with us, you can do a Twittering at Stacey's Parlour or at Geek Syndicate. Or you can send an email to staceandbarry@gmail.com. You can also follow Geek Syndicate and Stacey's Parlour on Instagram and see pictures of, mostly for me it's just selfies because I'm very insecure.
There is an occasional roll next Twitter for me. But yeah, I'm now on the hunt for I need to get a black pearl neck, I need to grow a beard, get an eye patch and get a purple beanie hat to complete my Nick Fury cosplay.
Yeah, I enjoyed that hat quite a lot in that trailer.
Good hat.
Good hat. Anyway, that's it. This is an episode of Barry's future cosplay plans. I've done the outro. We're done. All right, bye. Love you, everybody.
Bye.
Toodaloo.